It involves party strategists. It involves elected officials. It involves fundraisers. And they're having conversations about the president's performance, which they think was dismal, which they think will hurt other people down the party in the ticket. And they're having conversations about what they should do about it. Some of those conversations include, should we go to the White House and ask the president to step aside? Other of the conversations are about, should prominent Democrats go public with that call? Because they feel this debate was so terrible.
Barbara Heinbach, yeah, well, let's talk about this aggressive panic within the Democratic Party right now. You can understand that, Barbara, you can understand the panic.
Absolutely. You know, it was Barack Obama who went to Jill and said to her, please don't let him run for president. This was in the first place, you know, over 4 years ago, but they let it happen. So I can just imagine now the scramble of the delegates who really have their job to do and their homework cut out for them, how they're going to scramble around and figure out, how do we fix this thing? Is it going to be a Gavin, or what should we do? But they need a way out, because I'm not convinced that they can actually see a way through. You have people like Bill Maher, who lets you know straight up that he's a Democrat, but he doesn't see a way, based on how the Democrat Party and this administration has been behaving, he does not see a way through for Joe Biden anymore. So, you know, they're in trouble. They know it. And you hear some of Barack Obama's closest people. The Clintons, we're not hearing as much from them. I know that Hillary did write a letter to the New York Times a couple of days ago, but it didn't really change how anything is coming down now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over this next month or so, to see what we're hearing and what they're going to come up with, or who.
Yeah, indeed, and that's the question, isn't it, Annalise? We mentioned Newsom. Who else is there? There's Governor Whitmer, a few others being mentioned as possibilities. But give our viewers a timeline as to when the Democratic convention is scheduled, Annalise.
Look, the convention's mid-August, and this is another interesting point because it's about a month behind the RNC, which is happening in Milwaukee in just a few weeks' time. So it does give them that lead up. It gives them a little extra time, and it means that they know well and truly that it's Donald Trump that they're up against. And so they're going to know that they don't have that many options. Kamala Harris should be the heir incumbent as the vice president, but she doesn't have a history of retail politics. Her personal polling is extremely low, and the policy issues she's been given to handle have not been successes. She was made the border czar, and that's been probably their biggest weakness. She has been very strong on abortion, and really this is something that the Democrats should be making hay of, because it is a toxic issue. It does shed voters for Republicans among suburban women, college-educated women. A lot of women don't like the rhetoric around it, and you saw that from Donald Trump when he was talking about abortion. All of a sudden he's changed his approach, and he's talking about 3 important exceptions. That's very different rhetoric to what we've seen from him in previous years, and there is some success in saying it should go back to the states, but there are some important states like Wisconsin, when abortion has gone back to the states, it's been really awful for women. So that is something the Democrats should just be riding a huge wave of support, and instead they're bleeding support because of all the issues like Joe Biden's age and also immigration. So a woman would do well, probably not Kamala Harris. And Gavin Newsom, I've been surprised. A lot of people, when we've been out on the road, and I do the normal grab people on the street and ask them, who would you like to see as president if it wasn't Biden? I'm surprised how many people do say Gavin Newsom, and he does have that big national profile. So as James said, he's waiting in the wings.